Hey everyone, welcome back to Wealthy Coin. This leak proves that the Shiba Inu bull run is real. Today's Shib news. There is no question that the Shiba Inu community is happy with how Shib did in January, but the month is almost over. It feels like there is more volatility in the market now. However, as the month comes to a close, the market is once again filled with doubt, especially when it comes to how it will do in February. The next FOMC meeting is expected to have the most significant effect on the portfolios of Shiba Inu owners. People who own Shiba Inus will have a better idea of how the FOMC meeting affects their stock if they know what it is. The meeting happens every 3 weeks, and one of the most important things that happens there is that the federal fund rate is changed. That rate is what banks pay to borrow money from the Federal Reserve. We will talk about the Shiba Inu bull run in this movie. This leak has now proven it to be true. Today's Shib news. For the newest videos, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Let's start the video right away. The federal funds rate is what the Federal Reserve uses to keep the economy in balance. A lower rate makes it cheaper to borrow money, which makes it easier for people to get cash and, in turn, easier to spend. A higher rate, on the other hand, makes loans less appealing and stops people from investing. As part of the Federal Reserve's efforts to hold down inflation, the federal fund rate was mostly going up in 2022. The Shiba Inu market and the market as a whole went up after the last FOMC meeting. This is because the Federal Reserve only raised interest rates by 0.5% or 50 basis points, instead of 0.75% or 75 basis points, as they said they would do the month before. The lower FFR was seen by the market as a sign that the Fed was slowing down its rate hikes. Along with this, news came out that the Federal Reserve was making progress in its fight against inflation. The next meeting of the FOMC is set for January 31 through February 1. Some people think the Fed will raise the FFR by 25 basis points. If this turns out to be true, it could support a bullish mood, which means that people may want to buy Shib again. If that happens, it would be able to break through the barrier we've seen at the 123 cents price level over the last few days. People who own Shiba Inus can expect the price to rise by up to 14% to the next Fibonacci resistance line if there is a recovery. If the rate hike is bigger than that, investors may get scared, which could cause Shiba Inu to lose even more value. There's a chance of a 10% or bigger drop, which would bring it back close to or below its 200-day exponential moving average. The market will sometimes respond before the FOMC minutes are even released. There is some thought that this is because some people with special access know about the Fed's rate choice before it is made public. Because of this, some people in the market may have special access, which lets them act in the right way. Shiba Inu's weighted sentiment measure did show a small rise in the last 2 days, which is interesting. This could mean that the market is once again feeling hopeful. This doesn't always mean that investors are ready for another rise, especially since most people now think that rates will go up by 25 basis points. In the meantime, price changes have been pretty stable over the last few days, but there may be another rise coming. This is because this week's FOMC news could lead to more trading. The same thing can be seen in exchange flows. In the past few days, the supply on exchanges has gone down a lot, but the supply outside of markets has gone up. There is still a lot of time for a bearish pivot, especially if the FOMC decides to raise rates more than expected now that the official data is out. It's likely that directional motion will go up. Short-term buyers and investors can benefit from the next trend, which will present chances to make money. Benzinga looked at the plans for many buyers' favorite stocks over the past week. Since the beginning of 2023, Wall Street has been in a bullish mood. This week, the tech-heavy Nasdaq led the markets higher. The S&P 500 went up by 2.47%. At the end of the week, the Nasdaq rose 4.32% and the Dow Industrials rose 1.81%. Before Thursday, economists thought the U.S. GDP would grow by 2.6% in the fourth quarter, but the Commerce Department said it grew by 2.9%. The Bureau of Economic Analysis said on Friday that the Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index rose 5% in December. This was less than the 5.5% rise seen in November and less than the 5.5% rise that economists had predicted. For memes, both Shib and Doge are great ones. Can you tell the difference between Shib and Doge? Shib is an Ethereum blockchain coin that is part of the Shiba Inu project. This is a joke currency that was made in 2013 and has since gained a lot of support. Both have had very volatile prices and should be seen as high-risk assets. It's been used for a long time and was the first joke coin that anyone knew of. Speculative purchases cause huge price drops and rallies over and over again. The Shiba Inu coin has been in the running since 2020. It's been set up as a joke about Dogecoin. Shiba Inu has gone up more than Dogecoin in the past few days. This was, of course, because the project is still in its early stages. In other words, the risk is greater than the possible reward. Like other joke coins, the Shiba Inu might not have done well or see much price growth in 2023. Since meme coins are thought to be very risky investments, the Shiba Inu coin has a bigger risk but a higher possible reward than the Dogecoin. If there is a winner, it might be the Shiba Inu. Top manager at Cyber Capital says that Dogecoin, Doge, and Shiba Inu, which are all dog-themed meme coins, are some of the most decentralized digital assets on the market. The chief investment officer of the company, Justin Bonds, tells people on Twitter that only 32 of the top 50 crypto assets are truly decentralized. Doge and Shib are among these. There are only 32 decentralized cryptocurrencies out of the top 50. While decentralization is more than one thing, we can still draw a line in the sand and say yes or no. Remember that something that is technically true might not be true in real life. The price of Shiba Inus is going down after a big rise at the beginning of the year. The price of the digital dog coin Shiba Inu has made a new story for itself. According to Whale's numbers, the price has gone up by 60% since January 1. Shiba Inu is the smart contract and coin that top Ethereum whales use the most. Shiba Inu has been the subject of a lot of talk since the beta start of Shibarium. Satoshi Kusama, the lead developer of Shiba Inu, says that Shibarium will be released on Valentine's Day, February 14. Whales are selling Shib until December, but they bought Shiba Inus during the start of Shibarium. The top Ethereum whales bought Shiba Inu more than any other smart contract in the last 24 hours. The price of Shib has gone up 2% in the last 24 hours and is now 1,204 cents. The price of Shiba Inu could still go up a lot in the next few months. The launch of Shibarium could definitely make more people interested in Shiba Inus. People are excited about the new Layer 2 blockchains because they will make things faster, easier to scale, and cheaper to do. Shibarium could also make it possible to burn trillions of coins. When it comes to coins, the same rules that apply to other goods also apply.